Imagine standing at a grave, not seconds later, not minutes later, but 4 days after someone has died. The body is already decomposing. Hope is gone. Tears have been cried dry. Now imagine someone standing in front of that grave and saying, "Roll the stone away." This is not a legend. This is one of the most powerful stories ever told, the moment Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. Jesus had close friends in a small village called Bethany. 2 sisters, Mary and Martha, and their brother Lazarus. Jesus loved this family deeply. They welcomed him into their home. They listened to his teachings. They trusted him. One day, Lazarus became very sick. Not just sick, dangerously ill. Mary and Martha sent an urgent message to Jesus that said, "Lord, the one you love is sick." They didn't ask him to come. They didn't beg. They simply trusted that Jesus would understand. They believed that if Jesus arrived in time, Lazarus would be healed. But something unexpected happened. Jesus received the message, and he stayed where he was for 2 more days. The one who could heal chose to wait. Jesus then said something confusing to his disciples. "This sickness will not end in death. It is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it." After this delay, Jesus finally said to his disciples, "Let us go back to Judea." This immediately worried them. The last time Jesus had been there, people had tried to stone him, but Jesus was determined to go. They didn't fully understand what was about to happen, but they followed Jesus anyway. By the time Jesus finally arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had already been dead for 4 days. 4 days meant finality. No medical explanation. No doubt, Martha ran out to meet Jesus. She said something honest, something many people have felt. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." This wasn't anger. It was heartbreak mixed with faith. Jesus responded gently, "Your brother will rise again." Martha thought he was talking about the future resurrection at the end of time. But Jesus meant something more, something immediate. Then he made one of the boldest statements ever recorded.
"I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die."
In simple terms, Jesus was saying that life does not end with death when he is present. Soon after, Mary came to Jesus. She fell at his feet and said the same words, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." This time, Jesus did something unexpected. He wept. The Son of God cried. Not because he lacked power, but because he felt their pain. Jesus then went to the tomb. It was a cave with a large stone covering the entrance. He said something shocking. "Take away the stone." Martha immediately protested, "Lord, by now there is a bad smell. He has been dead 4 days." But Jesus reminded her,
"If you believe, you'll see the glory of God."
They rolled the stone away. Jesus looked up and prayed aloud, not because he needed to, but so everyone listening would understand that God was at work.
Because you always
Then Jesus shouted with a loud voice,
"Lazarus, come forth!"
And suddenly, the impossible happened. A man who had been dead for 4 days walked out of the tomb, still wrapped in burial cloths, still stunned, but alive. Jesus then said, "Loose him and let him go." Death had lost. Hope had returned. This story is not just about Lazarus. It is about us. It teaches us that delay does not mean denial, that Jesus cares deeply about human pain, and that even when hope seems buried, God is still at work. The resurrection of Lazarus points forward to something even greater, the resurrection of Jesus himself. It is a declaration that death is not the final word, and that is why this story still matters today.
I hope you were blessed by this episode, and please like, share, and subscribe for others to learn about Jesus.